Iowa's junior Republican senator is Joni Ernst. She's been here at the fair, squiring around candidates. I was able to speak with her about what the fair is, and is it the unofficial start of caucus season?
I would say my roast and ride in June was the start of caucus season.
How big is the fair, though?
The fair is huge, and it's a really great opportunity for the presidential candidates to come out, really test the waters, work on their messaging with these Iowa voters, because they're going to be asked a lot of very hard questions while they're here at the fair. But yes, this really is when things start speeding up, and it is full speed ahead to caucuses.
From now until the caucus.
From now until caucuses.
And I've met folks from all over Iowa, so this is not just Des Moines people. This is folks from all over the state. This is really a very wide open place for candidates to find Iowans from all over the state.
It is, absolutely.
The sentiment in D.C. is this race is over. Trump has a huge lead and he's not going to lose it. Is that your sense?
I would not say that at all. I just had a conversation under the umbrella at the picnic table here with a family, and they were talking about, hey, all these candidates, what's your feeling? So they didn't mention the former president at all. I would say that he is polling very well. He has his base. Obviously, he's got a big lead, but we've got many months to go. So we want to hear what the candidates have to say. That's why I don't endorse. I welcome all of those candidates into the state of Iowa because people are interested in hearing their message.
Your reaction to the indictment yesterday in Fulton County?
I think Iowans are becoming very desensitized to all of these indictments. And I do my county tours, I do town halls at those county tours, and a lot of Iowans are coming back and they're like, what's the deal? They're saying there's one system of justice for President Trump and there's another system of justice for Joe Biden. So they see a disparity there. And so they have gotten to a point now where all they see is the judicial system going after President Trump. They've seen other people in the past that have done very similar, if not the same, types of actions and have gotten away with it. So it's telling.
But there is no one else who has January 6th.
No, but if you take a look at all of the folks that have denied elections, you take this latest indictment in Georgia, you replace the name Donald Trump and you slide in Stacey Abrams, it's probably very similar. So there are a lot of people that are just really angry about this. And the angrier they get about it, the more they want to support Donald Trump.
And yet I have encountered people here today who, when I ask them, and I try not to put words in their mouth, what they think about the idea of either Trump exhaustion or Trump fatigue, they kind of nod a little bit.
Well, I think that's why everybody wants to hear a message from everybody.
Do you sense that?
I sense frustration is what I sense.
With him or with everything around him?
With the entire process. So having other candidates come in, share their message, Iowans have that opportunity to decide who they want to support. So again, staying neutral in it, I want to let the Iowa voters make that decision. So President Trump has visited, many of these other candidates are visiting. Everyone has the opportunity to go out and listen to them and see, okay, who's the right person to take the nation forward?
Do me a favor, evaluate the former president's comments about Governor Reynolds.
I love Kim Reynolds. I love her. I think she is one of the most fantastic governors, if not the best governor in the United States of America today. She is a dear friend, and of course, anyone who says something about the governor is going to have my ire. So she is an incredible person. She has led our economy, school choice efforts, you name it. Kim Reynolds has been at the forefront of all that.
Unwise of the former president to take after her?
I think that was a slip up on his part. Kim is beloved by so many Iowans here, and she is a phenomenal leader.
So Mike Huckabee didn't become the Republican nominee. Rick Santorum did not become the Republican nominee. Ted Cruz did not become the nominee. All won Iowa. Will Iowa matter more in 2024 than the previous times?
Iowa always matters because we always have such a large field at the beginning of the caucus season. Because we are first in the nation caucus, we have the opportunity to highlight those candidates, and then the field will start to narrow. The beauty about Iowa is that people are well educated on the issues here, and it really is a low-cost state when it comes to getting your message out. And so you do have some of those lesser-known candidates that are able to get a little bit of fame and get their message out, and it's important. So I encourage everybody to come to Iowa, share your message, get your start here.
You walked around with Tim Scott today. Tell me what you observed and what you absorbed watching his interaction here at the fair.
Okay, the entire time I was with Tim Scott, I didn't hear a single negative comment from the bystanders. He was actively engaging with all of the folks along the streets, in the cattle barns, you name it. He was engaging with everyone, and they were engaging right back.
Finish this sentence for me. Donald Trump loses Iowa and
that's a big surprise. Yes.
Please continue. Please continue. The ramifications of that would be?
I still think that I don't see that happening.
You don't?
I still think he has a very strong base here in Iowa. But I think that you have other candidates that will also perform exceptionally well.
All right, finish this sentence.
In Iowa.
Donald Trump wins Iowa
and you see a number of other Republican candidates that will start to narrow down, but we will still have a number, probably about 4 or 5 really top contenders that will continue to make their breakthrough.
The point of that last question was several people here who are experienced in Republican politics and caucusing in Iowa have told me if he wins, it's over. The nomination's his. Because there won't be a break on it. There won't be a break in New Hampshire. There won't be a break in South Carolina. And it will be a run to the end.
I don't know other states as well as Iowa. I think that the former president will perform very well, but I think you are going to have strong showings, though. I mean, just by seeing the reaction that Tim Scott has had, that Ron DeSantis had the other day, Nikki Haley.
This is still a competitive place.
It's still competitive, and I think it's really important. You'll see those folks probably finish in the top 4.